Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakalia from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is a time of Second Esdras, specifically chapter 14 going on down. But first, I'm going to play the video. Riots break out in China as starving residents revolt against zero lockdown. Alright, so as you can see from the video, all kinds of things are happening. The people in China, specifically Shanghai, there's food there, but they're in lockdown. And then they're starting to starve because of the delivery services and whatever else that's breaking down from the pressure. Alright, as you can see, there is a violent uprising. And I say it like that because they're about to get into the precept that's going on over there due to the hunger. And then you're seeing as well, what was mentioned at the end of the video is that children are being taken away from parents. All right. So all these things will be coming to the West as well. China appears to be that place that the wicked elite, and I'm referring to the Edomites, all right, who rule this world, these so-called white people, they use China as, I'd say, a testing grounds. They have their digital yuan that has been created and is being pushed very heavily over there as a testing ground. And we know that these central bank digital currencies are going to lead to that mark of the beast, that microchip, as is spoken about in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, 17, 18. Okay. And then they also have the forget what it's called, the social credit system over there. Yeah, social credit system, and the face recognition and the digital identities and all of that stuff, which will also be merged with the microchip. All roads lead to the microchip, man. You know, but China has a very large population, so it makes sense as to why they would use it as a testing grounds. And a testing grounds because eventually it's going to happen all over the world, but specifically when it hits the shores of America, that's a very telling sign of the times that we're in. And we are at the end. At the end, that all of the signs are there. In 2nd Ezra chapter 9, it says to measure the time diligently, and we are set as watchmen to let you people know what time, the times that we're in, and to prophesy as well, So this 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, a violent uprising, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So, straight to the point, they're not going to care about the rules of the government or whatever else because of the great tribulation. People are just going to be going buck wild out there. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, so that's the martial law. So people won't be able to just travel however they want to. Right there in China, people aren't even allowed to even leave their homes, much less the city. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. The lack of bread and great tribulation. All right. Because the famine is coming. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that hunger is really just going to get a lot of people into a very savage mindset. There's so many people that are here talk about food, just in general. And people are talking about they can't go a couple of hours without food before feeling a certain kind of way and whatever else. People have lived a very lavish lifestyle in these times. Food has always been readily available, no matter, how destitute one may be. Even the poorest of the poor, even the homeless, are able to find food, especially over there in America, right? But these are just the times that we're in, okay? And it is all orchestrated by Yahweh Shemini Shai for these things to happen. And in America, it says in Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so it's going to be arriving to the point very soon where the people are going to be turning against each other, man. And as you've seen in all of these kind of post-apocalyptic movies and various forms of media, television shows, and whatever else, it's a very small look into what will be happening in the near future. Esau, Edom, they do study the scriptures, and they gain knowledge from the prophets of Yahweh Shemini Shai, and then they put it out there in their media that these things are going to be coming. And it truly is, man. And these are the times that we're in. So look ahead. We're in the times of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And when that microchip becomes mandatory worldwide, as it pertains to Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, we know that Yahushua is literally well on his way. That second Ezra's chapter 13. Alright. So that I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shemishai, by Shemaka Kodesh, wa abad, wa ba, shalom.